We are honoured to invite His Excellency, Ambassador Daniel Taub, to address the Kehillah.
Chief Rabbi Mervis, and how wonderful to see you on this side of the shore. Rabbi Lawrence, Rabbi Leitner, Dayanim, Rabbanim, Mike Freer MP, Mayor of Barnet, President of the United Synagogue, President of the Board of Deputies, Gabayin, Madrichim, Shlichim, V'chanichim of Bnei Akiva, Chaverim. Today in Israel, like here just a moment ago, life stopped. The traffic on the roads, the broadcasts on the radio, the lessons in the classroom from Metula to Eilat, life stood still. People got out of their cars in the middle of the Ayalon highway, stood on the buses and the trains. Accountants and shopkeepers and high-tech entrepreneurs, hyperactive kids and frail pensioners stopped their games, their conversations, their business, their arguments, and stood in silence. Why? Why do we stand still? Why are we silent? Our silence, first of all, is a silence of incomprehension. This is a day with so many questions, 23,169 questions, and no answers. And even in the world of no answers, there is the even more unfathomable. I think of Yuval Harel from Talpiot in Yerushalayim, an outstanding young man who served in a tank unit in Lebanon. His tank was hit in 1982 at the beginning of the Lebanon War, and Yuval was killed. When the news of his death was brought to Talpiot, it came not to his family, but to another family in Talpiot, also called Harel, also with a son called Yuval, also serving in Lebanon. After the shock of hearing the news, Yuval's parents were relieved to discover the mistake. But 2 days later, army officers knocked at their door again with tragic news about their son. The parents told them they made a mistake. You don't want us, you want the Yuval Harel around the corner. But no, their son, their Yuval, had fallen too. Yuval and Yuval, 19 and 20 years old, are buried in the same row in Har Herzl. The only response can be silence. And our silence is the silence of awe in the face of a courage and a bravery that are hard for us to grasp. I think of Roy Klein, a young major leading his unit during the Battle of Binchbel in Lebanon, when a Hezbollah grenade was thrown over a wall at them. Roy jumped on the live grenade to shield the explosion. He saved his men with his body. His soldiers said that as he jumped, he said the Shema. And so we're silent. And it's the silence of love, of a depth of emotion and closeness that simply cannot find words. I think of Gadi Ezra from Bat Yam, a young commander in the Golani Brigade, 23 years old when he fell during Operation Defensive Shield in the Battle of Jenin, trying to evacuate a wounded soldier. About a month before he was killed, Gadi wrote a letter to his fiancée Galit, in case something happened to him. Galiti hayakara, my dear Galiti, if this letter reaches you, it means that something has happened to me. This morning we were told that the mission planned yesterday will, Be'ezrat Hashem, take place today. My beloved, on one hand I feel there is nothing more that I want in this world than to be with you, to love you, to establish a home and a family with you. But on the other hand, there isn't anything I want more than to be a part of this operation, to strike those terrorists so they will never again carry out a terrorist attack. In order to do this, there is a price we must pay. I am willing to be that price. Don't be angry with me, my love, but at moments like this, your feelings for Klal Yisrael is the feeling that's supposed to guide you. My beautiful one, I love you so much. The only grief of mine is the fact that you will have sorrow, and I will not be the one who will be privileged to make you happy. I will always watch over you from wherever I am, and I will see to it that you will meet someone who will make you even happier than I could have made you. I love you and will always love you, Gadi. In the face of such love, a love stronger than death, we can only be silent. But we stop and are silent today for one more reason. We stop today so that every other day we can move forward. We lower our flags so that on every other day we can raise them higher. In the short modern history of Israel, 23,169 beautiful souls, every one a universe, every one, as we call them, a halal, an empty space, a void. The circles of bereavement reach wide. Families, neighbors, classmates, friends of friends. As Yehuda Amichai wrote, we have no unknown soldiers. Everyone who fell is Yossi's cousin, Itai's madrich, Shuli's ex-boyfriend, that guy with the surfboard that we gave a lift to. Their loss spread throughout the street, the neighborhood, the country. It could so easily overwhelm us, not just this day, but every day of the year. So Yom HaZikaron is our vessel, our container for our grief, so that we can get back in the car and drive on. We can continue to teach, to learn, to talk, to argue, and to build the country that they failed to protect. On this one day we remember, but it is what we do on all the other days that gives this memory meaning. If those who fell could ask us a question, they wouldn't ask us what we are doing today on Yom HaZikaron. Today, they would know the candles, the lowered flags, the sad songs, visiting the families of the fallen. This they would not need to ask. But they would ask, what are we doing every other day to give this day significance, to fill the halal, to fill the void with meaning? In a few moments, we will raise the flag. The transition from Zikaron to Atzmaut, from remembrance to celebration, is an extraordinarily difficult moment. But it is the moment that gives our memory meaning. The lowered flag is shchol, is bereavement. The raised flag is our mechuyavut, our commitment. The lowered flag is lihiyot, the sacrifice that allows us to be. The raised flag is the continuation of Hatikva, Am Chofshi Be'artzenu, our dedication to being a people free in our own land. So, Chanichim of Bnei Akiva, Pkudat Hayom, the order of the day on Yom HaZikaron, is one that you know well. Amod Dom, stand still, stand silent. But in a moment, as we raise the flag, the order is different. It is step forward. Kadima. Kadima B'nai Akiva. Continue to build our land, a society, a future of which those we remember today can truly be proud. Yehi Zichram Baruch.